Nip, nip in the bud.
Nip, nip in the bud.
Nip, nip in the bud. Nip in the bud. We're going to nip it in the bud.
Thank you.
It's the 9th of June. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And it's your friend of mine, it's Seneca.
Seneca.
So, I'm going to hit you with it. Mm-hmm. And I want you to just sit there and take it.
Okay.
I want you to take all of it. There we go. There's no vice that doesn't come with an excuse. None that doesn't start off small and easy to correct. But once it takes hold, it spreads fast. If you let it in, you won't control where it ends. Every emotion starts off weak, but then it builds momentum and gains strength. It's easier to slow it down early than to stop it later.
Really
right?
Good.
So I'm going to hit you with a little thing here.
Please, give it me.
One of the biggest unsaid killers of deals is frustration.
Okay.
Right? So let's talk about the big, we had Sophie earlier in the month. Let's talk about like enterprise selling, for example. So I've got the big deal. It's in the mirror. I'm looking at it. I'm driving towards it. But actually, it's not an overnight thing. It's not going to be really quick that it happens. So I'm going to get frustrated perhaps with the time horizon. When's that deal coming in? Am I doing enough? I didn't hear back from that person when they said. And suddenly frustration builds. And frustration can often lead to a little bit of neediness, a little bit of reaching. And before you know it, I'm emailing a bit too much. I'm trying to ring a bit too much. I'm chasing a bit too much. And before you know it, the prospect has said, we're all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay. You just leave me to it. So when I think about frustration being the silent killer of deals, I'm thinking of it from like an enterprise angle. Mm-hmm. But where does your mind go to when you think about frustration maybe killing deals?
I've started putting myself in the buyer's chair a bit more, and this is something that we're doing at the moment. As the business is growing, we're probably looking at more software, maybe new agencies, different solutions.
Reach out to Jack for this, by the way, before people start
DMing you.
DMing me.
Mate, you're so easy to book a meeting with.
No, don't start that.
You are so easy to book a meeting with. Tell them about...
Nip it in the bud.
Who did I sit a meeting with the other day? Sally Hooley, that was selling ice skates. Anyway.
Very good.
Anyway, I think about like the frustration that comes with over cadencing. So we were once looking at 2 different software suppliers. One was very laid back, like this is it. If you want it, take it. Cool. The other one, who we probably had a better relationship with the seller, put us in this cadence. We're just back and forth of this is value, this is what you need. Here's a three-page PDF, and you're just like, I'm actually just bored now, frustrated. Like I booked into something recently and I was interested in it, but it's like, it said, make sure you watch this video before we meet. So I clicked it, 3 hours. It was a 3-hour video for a 30-minute meeting. I'm not fucking watching that. No. Like, and that's when my head goes to straight away. And I'm like, God, have I got a... And we as sellers, I mean, there's a contradiction here, so it's probably best to give both parts. We have a form on our Candly where you have to give us a bit, and like you have to kind of work through it. But that is like to qualify you in or out. But actually, you don't want to have to you don't want to make buyers jump through too many hoops because it will just leave them frustrated.
The amount of times we've had a new client and they're like, okay, so you're going to book us the meeting. And from the point you book the meeting to me sitting the meeting, what sort of education, what sort of value, what sort of things do I need to be giving them in the meantime? And my advice is always nothing. Less is more. I'd rather show up to something at curious rather than super educated. Like if I'm coming in to see the therapist or the doctor, I don't need to know the history of the therapist or the doctor or the cases. I'm coming in to talk about me.
Yeah.
I'm not really coming in. And you can make some pretty fundamental errors with this. Like a simple one I might give you is, so we've got to think we're going into the world with our own biases, right? So I might think it's amazing. We've got a case study with Pepsi, and I'm going to use that case study to educate for the meeting I've got with Coca-Cola next week. So I'm sending them my Pepsi case study. Now their bias is, we're superior. We're Coca-Cola. And then before you know it, they're going, well, if they're working with Pepsi, they're actually nothing like us. It doesn't always go the way you think it goes with that level of education. So it's actually, can I see the whites in their eyes and understand the person before I start that kind of value add education piece? I wouldn't just be looking to kind of blindly educate someone without knowing exactly where they are.
I think Daniel Priestley on a podcast saying that they have curated so many case studies and testimonials. They've actually got too many, and if they tried to share all these testimonials with them, they'd overwhelm people. So they put it into a piece of AI, and then they would build it bespoke to that person. And then what you can do quite smartly, would be a great place to use the IKEA curve and say, listen, okay, I understand, Zach, you're an educated man. You're probably going to want to go away, do some research. We've got testimonials. I've got 400 that I could send you, but I don't want to bombard you. So what would you want to see in a testimonial? What kind of company would it be from? What kind of person? What kind of job role? What would you need to read for you to feel comfortable to have the next steps? X, Y, and Z. Okay. I'll go away and build that based on what you've said.
There's an interesting layer to what you just did as well, like for the black belts in sales. So I'd say, what kind of testimony do you want to see? And they go, I want someone from an engineering company. That's interesting. What made you pick that? I don't want to see one that's done this particular thing. That hasn't come up before. And go into that level deeper of not just what do you want, but why do you want it?
What do you want and why do you want it?
Yeah.
Really good. Now, anyway, I've had enough of you.
Thanks,
Nip it in the
mate.
bud.
That's all right.
I've been Jack Frimson.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
I may say...